Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining Jalin in our very first ever podcast. My name is Brian Eng, and I'm the General Manager for Jalin Realty Singapore. Throughout the period, we'll always bring in very different experts and other key people to join our podcast, basically. These are all very short podcasts, but I feel that they'll be very vital and very informative for you when you're making your purchase. Today, I'm very happy to invite one of my good friends as well, and also as good developer representative, Miss Melanie Burrell, who is actually the business development manager for Hermitage. And she's here with me today. And our little podcast today is actually top 8 questions that a builder often gets asked. Thank you for joining us, Melanie.
Thank you, Brian.
So, Melanie, I'm just going to put on my hat as a client and list 8 questions for you. So, I was hoping that maybe for the first question, which is a question that's often asked by our clients, is how reliable is the Hermitage brand? Can you tell me more about Hermitage?
Of course. So Hermitage Homes have actually been trading since 1997. So we've been around for quite some time. Additionally, we're also backed by a very large organisation, TRC Synergy, which is a publicly listed company on the Malaysian Stock Exchange. On top of that, they have an 1,100 lot subdivision, upgraded the Brunei International Airport, and they've done a lot of wonderful works around Southeast Asia. So we are part of a very large organisation.
Fantastic. And I know that as per our discussion, we often talk about a fixed price quote, basically. How does this fixed price quote by Hermitage compares to other builders as well? And what are the advantages of this fixed price quote that we have working with Hermitage Homes?
Absolutely. So primarily that's probably our point of difference to most of the other builders is the fact that we do provide a fixed price quote. What we find is a lot of the other builders will provide you with an estimate. Once you've paid the deposit, it's only then that there's hidden surprises and costs that come up along the way. I guess at Hermitage we understand the stress of buying a home, especially from overseas. So to give you that peace of mind, we provide you with one fixed price. I guess ultimately there's certain things like site costs that can be unknown to a builder, but we at Hermitage make sure that we lock it in. Even though it's not completely known to us, we still lock it in and we guarantee you that there will be no more to pay once you've been given your pricing from us.
Great. So one more question, which is very popular among our clients, is what does the house that Hermitage built would typically include, basically? What is part of that package when we say that we buy a house and land from Hermitage?
Absolutely. So obviously the home and the land, but the home is what we call a turnkey product. So we do specialise in turnkey products. So that means that your tenant can turn the key, move straight in. You'll have blinds, you'll have a letterbox, you'll have a clothesline, you'll have landscaping, both rear and front. You'll have basically everything you need: heating, cooling, dishwasher, all the appliances, everything ready for the tenant just to move straight in.
Great. Melanie, one of the common fears that I think a buyer often has when they buy a house and land is that, are there limited facades, limited configurations? Because ultimately they don't want their house to look very generic, and most of our clients want the house to look a little bit more unique on their street, basically. What assurance do you have that you think Hermitage can give to buyers with such fears, basically?
Yeah, so we have a really talented designer on board and we have so many different floor plans and designs for you to choose from. So plenty of different configurations as well as the facades. So you can certainly have the best looking home on the street by choosing one of our good looking facades. It just depends on your taste, so do explore more about the product we have.
Great. Is there a warranty for the house that is being constructed? If so, how long? And what does the warranty covers, basically? Perhaps you could elaborate a little bit more.
Of course. So, of course, there's a warranty. So, basically, what happens is 90 days after you have the handover for your home, we will go and inspect it to make sure if there's any issues that they're taken care of immediately. Of course, if anything happens within that 90 days, call us and we'll go straight out there. On top of that, we also provide you with a 10-year structural warranty. This is over and above what the government mandates. So, you can have peace of mind and rest assured knowing that it is built with quality. One other thing I'd like to add is that we also do our final inspection. We do 2 independent inspections by a third-party building inspector. So they sign off, and if there's any defects, they'll pick up those defects straight away, so they do get fixed before handover. So I think that's really reassuring for all our clients, knowing that it's not just Hermitage that's doing the final inspection, it's actually a third party signing off on it as well.
Great. And one question is, how long does it take to typically build a house, single story versus double story?
Absolutely. So the construction times is approximately 5 months for a single story home. And for a double story home, it's approximately 7 to 8 months. Something to keep in mind is once land titles, we do need approximately 6 weeks to get the home to site on top of that time frame.
Great. And one more question is, from your experience, which is more popular, a single story or double story as a builder? I mean, what are more common requests you receive from your buyers?
Yeah. Ultimately, it's single stories because single stories come with a bit more affordability. So with a double story, it does cost more to construct, just the different construction methods used for a double story. So what we find is singles being more popular, but I don't think any are a bad investment. There are probably more singles out there, so if you were to build a double, you're going to have a great opportunity for the investment market as well. Either way, it cannot be a bad choice.
Fantastic. And my last question, knock on wood, but what happens if the builder goes under, i.e. bankrupt? What are the rights that a buyer would have? How are they protected from this incident?
Yep, no problems at all. So I would say it's probably a 0% chance of it happening to Hermitage Homes,
That's
given
good.
who we are backed by. However, should that happen, what happens is the Victorian state government actually back QBE Insurance, who back the builders in case that happens. So what would happen is that your home would be finished being built by another builder, so you wouldn't be left without a home built.
Great. Thank you so much, Melanie. This comes to the end of our podcast. Please look out for more podcasts from Jalin Realty. Now, if you have any feedback or suggestions, please feel free to write to marketing@jalinrealty.com. We welcome all your feedbacks and we hope to include them in our next podcast. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a good day.